Hi, Mark here from the Tangent-Bound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangent-Bound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangent-Bound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangentBoundNetwork.com and see if Tangent-Bound Network is right for you.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Hello, and welcome to the Moving the Needle podcast, where we ask, what moves you? Excellent or bogus? Did anyone do the right thing? Do you mess with the Zohan? With me tonight to discuss Do the Right Thing, Rocky vs. Creed, childhood, guilty pleasures, a test of time, you don't mess with the Zohan, once upon a time in Hollywood. With me tonight is Stephanie.
Hello.
Roy. Hello. And Henno. Yo, we want to thank you for listening on iTunes. We're also available on Spotify, just about everywhere you can find podcasts. We are, so come on now, Google Let Play. Us know. Email us at mtnpodcast@gmail.com or on facebook.com/mtnpod. Twitter and tweet us at mtnpod. There's so many ways to find us.
Crisis for the geek kind. Top geek officials admit they underestimated the hipsters' defense capability. Join the geek revolution and save the galaxy. Geeks from all over the globe are joining up to fight for the future. They're doing their part. Are you? Want to know more? Join Weeby Geeks and the Geek Revolution and save the world. Service guarantees citizenship. Listen to Weeby Geeks podcast on iTunes and Stitcher or online at WeebyGeeks.net. Weeby Geeks, your voice for the Geek Revolution. Want to know more?
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swabs it with Earl so it glistens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. The boys will let you know when there's a spurler. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
「
language.
「 language. 」 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 language.
Hey, enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 445.
The sexiest podcast on the network, Brian. Per usual, every week. I mean, I check the polls.
Yeah. How we doing?
Unanimous.
Not good?
Doing great.
Doing great?
Yeah, still sexy.
All right. I was worried for a minute, you know?
Yeah. Still sexy.
I tell you, it's been a week, and, oof.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, you know, we usually record this gimmick on Sunday nights, and obviously if you're listening to this, you know, as a regular subscriber, you'll go, but Brian, Sunday night was a few nights ago. Where the hell's the podcast been? We'll settle down, I'll tell you. So Sunday night, I just felt like garbage. And I don't know,
right?
Like, I can't even really pinpoint it. I just had nothing, you know? So, you know.
Empty tank, huh?
Yeah, basically. I just was like, it was like around 5:30. I was like, I'm just exhausted. You know, like I just was nothing all day. I didn't feel sick, like, you know, I didn't have fever or anything like that, but it was just like, I just don't feel like doing anything. So, that, you know, it didn't happen Sunday. And then, you know, yesterday,
Damn you, nature!
Well, yesterday, apparently someone hit a power pole up here somewhere and knocked the power out.
Are they okay?
I don't know.
Because they better be like half dead to interrupt this magical podcast.
Right.
How dare they?
So,
do they not know what sort of comedy gold they interrupted?
I know. Like, their timing was terrible, you know? It's like, come on, you know? Although maybe they waited. Maybe they were going to do it Sunday, but, you know.
I mean, honestly, it was one of those things where I was like, kind of like, waiting. So I'd heard about your power.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of like, man, I don't know what we're doing for dinner. Let's saunter up the road and get a couple tacos and a beer. And then it was like 8:30, and then it was like, hey, I got my shit back.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I know.
By the time I get done here and go home, it's bedtime.
Yep. Well, and that's what I was figuring, basically, because I went out with my brother for a little bit and got something to eat, and we came. I checked the, you know, because up here, you know, you can check the outages on their website. So I kept
Very
checking.
handy, by the way.
It is, yeah. And then, you know, when I saw it was back on, silly me, I tried calling the house, you know, to verify, and not thinking that, well, first of all, if the power's out, we have no home phone because, you know, the home phone is through cable. But also, when the cable goes out, sometimes you have to reset the router. Like, it doesn't work after the power goes out. Like, you have to, you know, completely reboot it. And I wasn't thinking about that. So, you know, when I got home, I was like, okay, it's on. And then, like I said, then I had to reboot the router, wait for everything to, you know, kick back in. And by the time all that happened, it was like 8:30. And then that was when I texted you. It was like, yeah, I got all my shit back finally. And that's when I was like, I was just already assuming that we weren't recording last night, you know, so.
Yeah, by that time, you know, am I stupid? You have to get up so early in the morning.
Yeah. Well, and it stinks
Damn,
too.
just being old and responsible.
Because, you know, usually on Mondays I do the Crazy Life. And, you know, so we, you know, by the time, it was basically the same thing there, you know, Jen was like, you know, I'm exhausted, you know, can we do Wednesday? Because she's doing her other podcast tonight. And I was like, well, that works because I'm doing this show tonight. So, you know, yeah, I guess. And it's like, I hate pushing the shows back, but, you know.
Well, sometimes shit happens, my friend.
Yep. And and especially like the power being out. I mean, there's literally nothing I can do, you know.
Yeah.
I have no internet, so I can't, you know.
This is why we need to become independently wealthy, so we don't have to worry about, like me, I wouldn't have to worry about going to bed at a certain time and getting up.
Right. All you'd have to do today is diving into your, like, Scrooge McDuck Vaulto coins.
Yeah, exactly. Like, all I would have to do is, you know, because I have basically all my shit right here is set up to a smart plug, so I just have to go, hey, turn my shit on, and it clicks on, and I walk down to the basement,
right?
Put on pants,
maybe
right.
get a couple beverages lined up and podcast.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, if I could just do that for my occupation.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
Listeners.
Oh, man.
I'm starting to, put the finishing touches on all the beers stuff behind me.
Yeah, yeah.
And although that right now it's a fucking disaster back there, there's boxes all over the place.
Yeah.
Because, sometimes you just got to stack boxes up.
Yeah, I hear you.
What are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
I did get my, I already ordered I'm going to get into this. I haven't even put it together yet, so hopefully it's not a piece of shite. Anyway, wait, no, you're talking about your week. We'll get to me.
Oh,
keep going.
I mean, I really don't have a whole lot to get into other than that. So it's been pretty pretty boring.
Glad you're alive.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Fighting a good fight.
Right. Yeah. And that we got our power back. I mean, obviously, for those who may not know, I live in Michigan, and this is not the best time of the year to lose your power,
Well, what do you mean?
Well,
I mean, honestly, lately it's been a pretty mild winter. It's supposed to get cold soon, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, but it's
the coldest of the year coming up.
But it's been cold enough lately that you don't want to go very long without heat, because, especially like where I live, because there's no insulation below us. So there's just cold air underneath, so it could freeze our pipes pretty easily. So,
I mean, the way I feel about it is once I have to put my flip-flops in the closet, I'm pretty much in a bad mood.
See, your first mistake is those flip-flops should go right in the trash, not the closet.
Well, actually, mine went in the trash this year because they had to be retired. They were pretty rough.
Oh, all right. Well, fair enough.
That just means I gotta get crisp ones for this summer.
Do you though? I don't know that you do.
Yeah, dude, I'm flip flops for life.
I hate them. So
and I'm not talking about like the ones that go between your toes and looks like looks like you got a whale tail going down there. I'm talking like some nice sandals, like a gentleman would wear.
Right.
I got to air out my toe of death.
Yeah, there is that. I guess
it's looking mighty fine, by the way.
Well, that's good, because I was going to say if it's still the toe of death, I guess whether you choose to or not, it's going to get aired out because it'll just eat through whatever else is in front of it. So
things that it's amazing what Vicks Vapor Rub does. Believe it or
not,
not,
it's so crazy.
It just takes forever.
Yeah,
it's like it's like a stamina test or something.
Yeah.
What's your resilience? What's your willpower?
Right. Well, on the upside,
you slather chest medicine on your toe of death every day.
On the upside,
yes, I will.
You're like, I can breathe amazingly.
Yeah. Not my toe, though. Fuck that toe.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Actually, don't. You probably catch something.
Yeah. Definitely got to wear a condom for that. Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, for sure.
Just
like one of those, like one of those thick ones that no one likes to buy. Like you need a coronavirus condom.
Yeah,
for that shit.
Sure. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I got pretty much nothing for the week other than that. Like I said, it is good that our pipes didn't freeze or anything because the power came back on within. It was just a couple hours. This happens from time to time because where this pole is at this intersection, it gets hit by cars a decent amount. Because I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know if the person would, they went off the road or whatever it was, via an accident or if it was just.
Dude,
whatever.
Robin's racing.
Yeah. Oh, dude. All right. So I have one other quick thing. So I'm coming home last night and we get to this intersection and we're in the outside turn lane, right? And there's to our right, there's another vehicle and we, the light turns, we have the green arrow, so we go to turn, get about a quarter way into the intersection, and the asshole on the other side of the road just starts going.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, and luckily, my brother who was driving and the person in the vehicle next to us both saw this person.
Right.
So they stopped. But as the guy goes by, of course he's got his head like holding his cell phone to his shoulder while he's driving.
Well, yeah, he's got important shit to handle.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Are you kidding me?
Well, what do you want from Taco Bell? Yeah. And
yeah, exactly.
It was
How many Churritos? I don't even know if it's Taco Bell food.
Sounds like it. And I don't think it is, but
it
sure sounds like it. Like cheddar cheese burritos. Like they're just calling them Churritos. Yeah.
Churritos.
Or churro burritos. I don't know.
Oh, well, they did the Doritos thing. Now they're going to do the Cheetos burrito, the Churrito.
The Churrito. Oh my God, that's what it is too. It's a burrito.
They're going to steal that from me.
It's like a burrito rolled in Cheetos and then deep fry it or something.
I mean, slow down. Flaming hot Churrito. I'd probably eat that.
Right?
Just saying.
Yeah. So anyway,
this is why we need to do more video stuff, because I have tortilla wraps. We could buy flaming hot Cheetos. We could make Churritos. Now, I don't know if I'd want the flaming hot Cheetos on the inside or if I'd want to pulverize them and roll that bitch on the outside.
That would be my assumption, because like the Doritos tacos are, I don't know. I think they're supposedly like made of Dorito stuff,
material,
which is probably why they have this horrible, like they have the structural integrity of like a wet paper bag.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Like you barely bite into it and the whole thing just pretty much shatters. Like it's the only taco they have that comes with like a little cardboard holder.
It needs extra structure.
It does. Yeah. Because seriously, when you first go to bite into it, the whole thing just basically becomes, it's like, oh, I have a taco salad now.
What if we throw a bunch of flaming hot Cheetos in a food processor and make flaming hot Cheeto powder?
Yeah, that's the move, for sure.
And then we whip that shit in some mayonnaise, have some flaming hot mayonnaise.
I mean, that would work.
It would work. That sounds delicious on the
why
turkey
not?
wrap I'm going to have.
Sriracha mayo is a thing, so why not?
Yeah, but I want to make flaming hot mayo.
No, I'm just saying it's like, flavor profile wise, like hot with mayo is, has been a thing, so certainly it works.
Like that's the kind of, it's like a Chester Cheetah herpy load.
Yeah.
Basically.
Dude, speaking of flaming hot Cheetos, I was listening to a podcast called The Nod.
The Nod, all right.
And
all right.
I talked about it forever ago because they're the ones that did that podcast on Purple Drink.
Okay, I remember
and
you talking about
how
this.
it relates to like black culture and stuff. And that's the whole podcast is basically it deals with a lot of black culture stuff, which is of course why I'm listening to it. And
of course.
The one episode was a live episode and had Wyatt Cenac on there, who used to be on The Daily Show. And he was talking about somewhere he was, and he talked to this guy, that this guy's conspiracy theory was basically like, do you remember in Black Dynamite, how basically the gimmick in it was that the white man created, what was it? Was it malt liquor or something like that to keep the...
I think it was malt liquor.
Right? It was basically that concept, but with Flamin' Hot Cheetos. And that basically the Flamin' Hot Cheetos will basically like eat your insides, which isn't, not inaccurate.
Yeah. I was like, that's not far from the truth. It's
not far from the truth, yeah. But, basically this guy was, telling him that, that it was basically a conspiracy by white people to basically kill off black people. And I was like, at first I was like, he's not wrong. And then I was like, oh wait, but I've actually listened to a podcast on how Flamin' Hot Cheetos got created, and they were created by a Latino dude. Like it was his idea. So.
I'm a fan. Sometimes.
Yeah, me too.
Like,
I can't handle them most of the time.
If you hand me a bag of jalapeno ones, I will smack you in the face if you try to hand me flaming hot ones.
Yeah, I would take either, but my stomach really hates both of them.
Well, sometimes, Brian, you gotta live dangerously.
Yeah, I do every once in a while. It's like Takis, Like I dig those, but that's too far up the scale for me. My taste buds like them, but my stomach is like, what the fuck are you doing to me? I'm gonna make
Red
you
alert.
Like I'm making you miserable for like a week now, Yeah. So yeah. Once in a while though, I just you gotta get some in.
You gotta get some in.
Yeah.
I don't get them that often either, but every so often I'll be like in line at the gas station or like at a Lowe's or something stupid. I'm like,
yeah.
Look at that bag of flaming hots going on right there.
Yeah, buddy.
I need that in my face.
Right.
My face.
Right. You're just pouring them in your face, while you're in line.
That's accurate. As I'm running stop signs with myself.
Oh, no. I meant like in Lowe's or whatever. You're standing there waiting in line. You're just dumping the bag in your face.
It looks like American Beauty, but instead of rose petals, it's Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Yeah. By the time you actually get up to the checkout, you no longer have like a brown or dark brown beard. It's now Flamin' Hot color.
Flamin' Hot red.
Yeah.
I'm half nude, sweating.
Right. Just Cheeto.
Like you do when you eat Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Right. Just covered in Cheetos or Cheeto, whatever.
Goddamn Cheetos, whatever the fuck that's called. Stupid Chester Cheetah and his stupid lingo.
Yeah.
Is Chester Cheetah still a thing?
Yeah.
I know he's on the bag, but remember he used to be like the tits of advertising.
Yeah, they still use him in the commercials. So
maybe it's just because I don't watch regular TV anymore. I don't see commercials.
Yeah, the one that's on the most lately has been the there's one where it's like this kid goes to flick one like a Cheetos. I think it's like the Puffs or whatever. Like cheese curls. She goes to flick one, and then Grandma does like this cartwheel over the table and snatches it with her mouth before it gets to, because she's doing it like you're kicking, the old paper football kicking the field goal thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like, all right. But I did see when I was in the store the other day, they've got Flamin' Hot popcorn now too.
Well, that sounds intriguing.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, so the next step is seriously, they need to just put that Flamin' Hot shit in a shaker.
Yeah. Well, I think if we pulverize.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying they as a company are missing.
We should do this. We should put it in a shaker. Put it in a pepper grinder.
Yeah, right. I'm sure somebody's already done it, because.
Yeah, but we'll do it better because we're salty language.
Just some of that on some tots. Fuck yeah.
Do some of that on anything.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to eat healthy. I've got Flaming Hot sprinkle stuff.
Right?
Flaming Hot pixie dust.
Right?
Oh, shit, son. Hey, Dad, I need that on my cottage cheese.
Oh, God.
It's probably delicious.
Especially when you realize they actually meant their ass, but,
Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right. Maybe it doesn't go there.
Yeah. Or does it?
Maybe it does. I don't know. A little bit on your ice cream,
Yeah, why not? A little sweet and savory action.
Right? I'm gonna mix some in with like melt some butter down, infuse some with some butter and
yeah, graham cracker crust, piss off, Flamin' Hot crust.
Oh God. Actually,
nutty.
That's not a bad idea. That'd be interesting. A little shaker of that for your pizza.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right?
Dude, I throw Frank's Red Hot on my cheese pizza and I feel like a king.
Because that is what kings are known to do. Yeah.
Well, you got the red pepper flakes. I'm like, psh, bitch, I got this liquid vinegar deliciousness.
Right.
You can take a red pepper flake and fuck off.
Now we're going to go next level and, like, fuck you, we have Flamin' Hot shakers. So.
Yeah, right. I'm telling you, this is a thing.
Yeah. Seriously. Like, I'm sure the John Cheetos is listening, and if so, they should get on this, because this is a moneymaker. I'm not even joking. Like, if this is something we could legitimately make and sell, I would be really tempted. Because I could see people using the shit out of this. Even though, like you said, anyone could do this at home with a food processor and some Flamin' Hot Cheetos. But it's all that work.
Well, I kind of feel like you have to. I mean, we're really deep diving into this.
Plus, think of all the preservatives.
Trade secrets as we're talking about this.
I was going to say, plus, if we make it, think of all the preservatives we could pack into it.
Oh my God, so much preservatives.
I mean,
I'm going to be sneezing in every batch.
Probably.
Might be batching in every batch. Who knows? Things get crazy sometimes in the kitchen.
Wow. Yikes. That's a little scary.
Sometimes things get crazy, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know how I feel about food and cooking.
Yeah. Sprinkle
gets
a little of this.
Gets me all fired up.
Little of this into your waffle batter. Dude, in your fried chicken. I'm sure somebody's done.
That's what I'm saying.
Someone has to have done Flamin' Hot fried chicken.
What? What are we talking about? Thing ever?
I'm sure somebody's already done this anyway. So
probably.
Because if not, Jesus, what are we even doing as a race?
I don't know. I might just go buy some bags of Flamin' Hot Cheetos and start fucking around.
Yeah, and then also maybe make some stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like over the weekend, it was my daughter's birthday, right? And one thing she enjoys is making brownies. So I'm like, well, fuck, let's go buy some brownie mix.
That a poop euphemism?
Yes.
Okay.
That's how we celebrate her birthday. We all just take massive shits in the yard. We call it making brownies.
Well, at least here's an old throwback. She's, that's making toys, right?
Making toys, exactly.
Making their own toys. That's a callback to an episode that no longer exists, actually.
Oh, yeah, right.
So anyway, moving on.
Yeah. Soundboard's dying. Might want to put out some sound effects. We'll do this real quick.
The tower of power, too sweet to be sour. I'm funky like a monkey. Sky's the limit and space is the plate.
Should be called the Tower of No Power because it's going to be dying soon.
Oh,
I see the plug. Hold on. It's the stupid Nook when you got to have like the exact matching serial number plug or whatever.
Yeah. Smart move.
All right, and it's powered up. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, we got a little nutty of brownie mix on Friday.
Yeah.
Because every time her and I've made brownies, because there's the recipe and then there's what you want to do to the brownies.
Right.
And like last time we made them, we put peanut butter and M&Ms in it. It's delicious.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
Right. So she's like, well, what candy do you want to add to our brownies this time? I'm like, I don't know, Leah. And earlier that day, we were talking about chocolate-covered espresso beans.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, let's buy some chocolate-covered espresso beans. Throw those in there.
That'll work, yeah.
Yeah. So we, and instead of the water and the vegetable oil the recipe calls for, we use butter and chocolate milk.
Oh, my.
They were some legit-ass brownies, Brian.
Oh, my.
With the espresso beans in them?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good shit.
I bet.
I love fucking around like that.
That's a good move. I like
that.
that.
That's why I like talking about what we would hypothetically do with Flaming Hot Cheetos. It kind of gets me excited.
So here we go.
Still haven't tried the meatloaf crust pizza yet.
Right.
I have the thing from Cheetos still.
So we're on to our third gimmick here because we have waffle it, pocket it, and now we have Cheetle it.
Cheetle it. Yeah, for sure. Hashtag Cheetle it.
Yeah. Dude. So if you had a way, never mind. I was going to say, if like take the, just make some sort of like, how they do like, elephant ears or whatever, or not elephant ears. I'm sorry. Funnel cakes. That's what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Where you take your batter and then you just, right into the old hot grease.
The dopey funnel.
Yeah. So we're going to do that. We're going to make our batter, put the Cheetos in there, and then do that. And we're going to call them cheatlins.
Cheatlins? Do they look like chitlins?
Yeah.
Now, hear me out on this. If you made some sort of goofy-ass batter out of Flamin' Hot Cheetos and then funnel caked it, you for sure could top that with like melted shit cheese and some jalapenos.
Yeah.
And it would it's like a fair food
I know.
orgasm.
Yeah. I hope someone's already done that.
God damn it. Why are we making this stuff?
I don't know. Because we're lazy.
Yeah, good point.
And someone's probably already beat us to it. There's probably someone listening right now going, I've already had all this stuff. Like, what are you guys doing?
Or they're taking serious notes.
Yeah. Or they're taking serious notes, yeah.
And we're going to see it in Bon Appetit in a year. Be like, the biggest upriding food truck, the Cheetle It. Like, God damn it.
Where they're taking, and get this, they've powdered, they've taken the Cheetos powder and they're putting it on everything. Like, son of a bitch.
So you see us gearing up like Schwarzenegger and Commando coming after them.
Oh, man.
Man. Yeah, no, it's kind of goofy that my daughter, my youngest, is now 15. That kind of fucks me up a little bit.
Yeah. I bet.
Because of Ohio laws, in 6 months, she can get her temps.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
An old man.
That is weird that 15 and a half you can get your temps.
I know, isn't that weird?
Why?
Doesn't make sense.
I don't know. Why not? The half part is what makes it weird to me. Pick 15 or 16. You know what I mean? Because if you allow them to have their temps at 15, because it's not like in 6 months she's going to be so much more mature than she is now. You know?
This is what's weird is because when Logan started driving, I'm like, yep, he's ready to drive.
Yeah.
With Leah, I'm like, there's no way. It just doesn't seem right. And I don't even understand why there's that difference.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if because like she's a silly goose.
Probably.
And he was always like more like serious, you know?
Yeah. I'm sure that has something to do with it, you know?
Yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, no, we went out for a little QQ kitchen, a little local delicious Chinese. I went to Schmucker's and had some pie for dessert.
Mm-hmm.
And then while we were, like kids and I went out for dinner, Michelle met us for pie, and then she's like, I gotta leave. I got real estate stuff I gotta do because our real estate stuff's like starting to take off, which is nice.
Cool, yeah.
And she was actually coming here to set up like the whole situation we had for Leah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't know it. She hung up streamers. It was all kinds of stuff. I actually have a video of it.
I really like that you guys invited her friends over and then did like a Saw reenactment, for her party. That was kind of a neat touch,
Yeah, pretty neat, huh?
Yeah.
But I bought her this light bulb. It's like a disco light bulb. When you click it on, it spins and shoots like fucking light everywhere and whatever.
Yeah.
So I said had it hooked up to a smart plug. So when we got home, all you hear is everything's dark. And you hear Leah just going, because I've said it before, I don't care if my kids curse.
Right.
So they know to when and where to do it.
Yeah.
So she walks in the kitchen, walking through streamers she can't see. And she's like, what the fuck is this? And then I'm just like, Alexa, it's party time. And like music starts playing, the lights come on. It's all like, yeah. It's a lot of fun.
Right. The weird part was that it was Barry White and the lights got real dim. It was like, oh shit. No, the other party time.
Wrong protocol.
Yeah. You're like computer run simulation, Tony / whatever, however they used to do it on the holodeck,
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to do something like that because I was trying to do, in Star Wars, it's, execute order 66.
Right.
And, she's 15, so I was going to be like,
oh shit,
order 15.
Oh, I thought you were going to like kill her because she's a Padawan. I was like, that's no good. Like,
take this, youngling.
Yeah.
But for some reason, Alexa was having a real hard time understanding what I was saying.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, stupid bitch. Let me dumb this down.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like Michelle told me, she's like, I really want to get Leah balloons. I'm like, all right. And then she texts me like, hey, so tomorrow night we're probably going to both have to go to Party City. What are you talking about? She's like, I spent $40 on balloons.
Well, see, when you say that, and the first thing I'm thinking of was how it wasn't that long ago that Party City was like, we're going to have to shut stores because helium prices have gone ridiculous. So I was like, oh, maybe that has something to do with it.
No, it was just, I managed to get them all in my car because she bought like all these balloons, and the best balloon though was it was a 5 foot tall Velociraptor,
which was pretty awesome. Yeah,
it's awesome. And then I started receiving photos from her of like it in the shower, and it's a bit of whole. I should really put them up online. So
you should. They're pretty good. Yeah, or at least a smattering of them.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a fun little weekend with Leah's birthday and all that shite. Still can't believe she's 15 though. It's crazy to me.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
But I was saying a long time ago. We started this podcast like half her life ago, plus some.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, right? Jesus.
I know.
We're getting old, dude.
Yeah, I was saying earlier about all the beers and getting it put together. So I finally have made a purchase off of Wish.com.
Right. Yeah.
Right? So I purchased, because originally where I had my desk set, or like, it's actually a bar set up that I was going to use as like a desk for when I do the all the beer thing. Behind it was just a blank white brick wall. And when I did a test recording, I looked like a serial killer. I looked like I should have been reading like, I was like an Al Qaeda video. It was no good.
Yeah.
Not look
definitely not what you want to put out there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, I need a backdrop of some sort. So I was like, I want to look on Stupid Wish. And I found a backdrop.
Although I'm not going to lie, the fact that Wish is as weird as it is, if there was a website called Stupid Wish.
Oh my God, that'd be so much better.
It's just like the worst of Wish, or the best, depending on how you want to look at it.
But so I bought this backdrop. It's got a white, a black background, but my favorite is it also with chroma key green.
Right.
So I know we have to use that for something.
Yeah.
But I haven't actually put it together yet. It's still in the box. I opened it up and kind of just looked at it.
Yeah.
And actually, unlike, because I bought two things from Wish. We'll get to the second one.
All right.
This one shipped from within the United States.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, all right, fair enough. But the funny thing is after I ordered it, I was looking at my space I had set up. Because, like, behind my little bar here, I have all my growlers set up, and I have, like, liquor bottles. And I'm like, fuck. And I rotated the bar 90 degrees, and I'm like, that's, like, the perfect backdrop for what I want to do. So I don't really need the backdrop.
Right.
now.
Yeah, I saw the picture you posted from it, and I was like, oh, wow. Because your bar's there in the desk. I was like, that looks really good, actually, as it is, as a backdrop. So
Yeah, that's why I was like, fuck. But I'm like, well, whatever. I'll still be able to use the backdrops for us and for whatever else I want to do.
Or for if there's something special you want to do for that, you could still use it. So, yeah.
Well, and, we're silly geese. Being able to have a green screen seems like a cool idea.
Right.
So whatever. It's going to be fine.
Finally, we can do that podcast where we put hardcore pornography behind us.
I mean, we could finally do the Quantum Leap podcast and have shit behind us.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
I like this idea.
Well, whatever. We'll figure it out.
More workshopping, yeah.
But, so the second thing I bought was at work. There's a lot of times that I really want to watch. Because I need to know what time it is, because at a certain time I got to go get my paperwork.
Right.
Certain time, like break, obviously, shit like that. And there's not always available clocks in the building.
Right.
And you're really not supposed to have your phone out.
Oh, okay. I was like, you have your phone. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wait,
Plus, now I bought like a Bluetooth speaker, so my phone's down at my desk playing music through my speaker generally.
You don't wear the Fitbit anymore?
The band disintegrated.
Oh, okay. All right.
It got to the point every time I'd put a shirt on, the band would rip apart.
Wow, that's useful.
I know.
Yeah.
It's super useful when you're going to be out there exercising.
Yeah. You
look at it wrong and it falls off.
Right. Yeah.
I know I could buy a new band for it, but the screen is cracked again. It was a whole thing. So I was like, whatever.
Right.
So I was looking at it. I'm like, you know what? Let me look on Wish for just a cheap-ass work watch.
Yeah.
And I bought a cheap-ass work smartwatch.
Oh, nice. We were talking about this before. About the idea of buying a smartwatch off of there.
Yeah, so I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. So I bought this smartwatch. Honestly, it doesn't look bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't really play well with an iPhone.
Okay.
Like I can't get, if I could get notifications when I got a tweet or, it wouldn't tell me about text, keep track of my steps. But I wore it for one day and then for some reason the app crashed and it erased all my information.
Oh, no.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Your smartwatch had a seizure. Yeah.
I think, because we're 5 episodes away from 450. Yeah. I think we should do some sort of contest, and the winner will get my cheap Wish smartwatch.
I like this plan.
I don't know what the contest is. Maybe people could submit audio or video, something we could play on the show.
Yeah.
But I have a smartwatch, quote unquote, smartwatch.
Right.
That's probably just a gateway for Chinese spies.
Probably, yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah.
That if anybody would like to participate, I will for sure send it to you if we decide that you're the winner.
Right.
Has a nice little soft touch magnetic charger. Doesn't have a USB. It just clicks on the back.
Right.
It has a little screwdriver to adjust the band.
Wow.
I still have the instruction book.
Wow.
I threw the box away.
Yeah, of course.
Because I was like, this is my watch now. And then I was like, man, this does not play well with my phone. So if you have an iPhone,
Yeah.
But if you just want a piece of game-used salty language gear.
Yeah. That's what we need to do. We'll cut the band of it up and like they do on the sports cards.
Trading cards.
Yeah. Game used.
Yeah,
put autograph on there.
I'll post some pictures up and put them up on our salty language Instagram this week.
All right.
Once we figure out the details. But, I want to give it away to someone that listens to our show.
Yeah.
Especially because 450 is right around the corner. That's a pretty big show. It's 500.
Right.
But I mean, shit, we're almost at 450 episodes as garbage.
Yep.
It's crazy.
I like that. Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. That's my challenge to the listeners. I don't know, like I said, well, I guess we'll figure it out, Brian, and we'll put out the details online, but I'm thinking audio or video, something that we can play during our 450th episode.
Yeah, I like this plan.
I mean, shit, that's how we got our amazing theme song from Heno.
Yeah.
Was what, our 100th episode?
I don't even know. It was later than that. It was
200th, 250. It was a milestone episode. He sent that into us.
Yeah, it was like two or 300. It was somewhere in that range, I think, or something. Or 250.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's all
I don't even anymore. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I'm going to be very selective about what I buy from Wish. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I like looking though.
Right.
Looking is half the fun.
I have the app on my phone. I don't even know if I've even opened it. I know I downloaded it, but I don't remember if I ever even opened it.
Well, it's one of those things where you're like I'm trying to think. Oh, I was looking. The reason I looked I found the background because I was like, man, I should look and see like lighting. So I want to make sure I got good lighting.
Yeah.
And I've got a couple of those like clamp lights for exercising. Jesus, for like working on cars and shit.
Yeah.
But I'm like, well, let me look on Wish for lighting rigs.
Yeah,
and
I was going to say
when the background was one of the things that popped up, and I'm like, that's like not a bad price.
Yeah,
it's got good reviews.
Right.
I'm going to take a chance, and then that's why I was like, I should look for a watch too.
Yeah, because for like lighting, you want like the umbrellas, so the light isn't harsh on you. It diffuses them, or that diffuses them.
Yeah, diffuse is exactly what they're called. Diffusers.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so it kind of helps, soften the lighting for you.
Yeah, for sure.
It's either that, or you got to go buy one of them ring lights.
I mean, I thought about it.
A lot of people use them for their
too.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of people use those for their YouTube videos and stuff. Yeah. So.
But yeah, so
all right,
smartwatch for the masses, Brian. Vote salty language.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody gets a smartwatch when we become the powers in charge.
All right.
Yeah.
From Wish, though, right? Because I don't want to spend, like, real money.
Only, for Wish.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to spend more than, like, $20-$30 total.
No.
For these things.
What are you, crazy?
I mean,
I'll even tell everybody it was a $35 smartwatch.
All right. See, there you go.
Yeah.
$35 of Tony's hard-earned money.
Hard-earned money.
You can
flaunt around on your wrist.
Yeah, or wherever you prefer to flaunt it.
Yeah, exactly. You want to have a smart dick ring? Have at it.
Right. A fun story to tell your friends that, you had something crazy removed from your anus? Go for it. That's yours at that point.
Have at it. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You want to clamp it above your house arrest anklet?
Ooh,
feel free.
Classy. Yeah.
Classy.
Got accessorized, right?
Goddamn right. You're goddamn right.
Just reminds me years ago when we were at that place watching that UFC fight, and that girl was like bragging about hers.
Yeah. But Brian, that place had 64-inch Pilsner glasses?
Yeah.
Or 64-ounce Pilsner glasses?
It was ridiculous. Yeah.
I was like, what dumb shit is this? I'm in.
Yeah. You certainly were. I was like, no, that's going to get too warm before I'm finished with it.
Let's do it.
Yep.
I would like to find one of those glasses just to have on a shelf.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. Check Wish.
Yeah, I should. Check Wish.
You probably breathe on it wrong and it'll shatter, but whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You get it and it's like, it just has do not touch stickers on it or something.
Not for human consumption.
Yeah.
What?
Definitely don't drink out of this.
Yeah, right.
What the hell is going on here?
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Whew. I mean, honestly, besides all the birthday stuff, my week's been pretty chill.
Yeah.
It's been just work. I mean, I'm training a new dude at work right now, so, I got that going for me.
Right.
It's just chill, playing some Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
We should talk video games, because I'm in the middle of a giant download right now that I know you have words about.
Yeah. When I woke up today, I checked the trending stuff on Twitter a lot of times, and I saw one that said 51 gig and one said 58 gig, and I'm like, the fuck? And And when I clicked on them, it's just person after person just not real happy about the fact that the new Call of Duty update, which I think has like 2 new maps, 2 character outfits, and I forgot there's something else, plus just a general update, is like 51 or 58 gigs. It depends on who posted both, but both can't be right, really.
I'll tell you mine for PS4 is 51.8 or something like that.
Okay. So I'm wondering if maybe that's what it is. Maybe people kind of skipped a number or something there, or just typed the wrong thing. But either way, 51 gigs. Let's go with that.
Yeah, I had to delete a couple things off my hard drive.
I would definitely have to do that.
I've been playing anyway, so I was like, well, whatever, I guess.
Yeah.
But see, at the same time, it's kind of annoying.
Here's the problem. Well, first of all, the fact that I only have like 250 gigs a month on my data cap, I think. So
yeah, there's a fucking chunk of it right there.
That's over a fifth of it, you know, right there. That sucks. Second, also, and our data for the month doesn't reset till the 14th. I don't have enough right now. Like, I can't download it unless I want to get charged extra from the cable company. So I'd have to wait at least, 3 or 4 days till it resets. Then at the beginning of the cycle, I'm taking a fifth of it off in one sitting. That's not something I want to do, really. 'Cause that kind of, that really handicaps you the rest of the month. If I have any other game updates, I mean, God, I'm going to be, pretty close to nothing left fast.
Yeah, for sure, right?
But also, whether or not a person has that kind of room free, which is not the easiest thing to do because hard drives for video game systems fill up pretty fast. And I have an external, but I have a lot of games on there. And like you said, yeah, there's a lot of them I don't play. I can delete them because you can always download them again. But I have a data cap. So if I delete games, when I go to download them again, I'm going to suck my data cap then. So it's like I'm kind of getting punched multiple times for this download. And I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm going to do it. I'm not sure. I might just be done with COD here. Because that's only for now. It's like, if they put out another update like this, then I'd go through this again down the road, and it's like...
they will.
And it's like, this is annoying to me, Like, I don't want to have to buy another hard drive or upgrade my internet so that I can get this damn game, It's not a fan. Not a fan at all of this. Because seriously, when you got the game, remember, you have your normal game installation. Then there was like that massive download from the game to the hard drive. Then there was like a massive like patch. And this is like the 3rd or 4th time they've had a really big download for that game. And Garrett told us that, like other games have had downloads and stuff like this, or like Destiny has done it a few times and stuff too. And I have Destiny on my PS4 because it was, it's free to play now.
Right.
And I downloaded it, and then there was a big update to it, and then there was some other update, and I was like, yeah, I'm just not going to download this for now. If I go to play it and I have to download it, it's one thing. But then also, all of this other stuff aside, I don't have very fast internet. This is going to take me probably 4 days to download. Like, it's going to take a while to download this.
Yeah, my internet's like, I think 100 megabytes per second, a little give or take, and it was like 9 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, but to be fair, God, I didn't put that on my thing yet.
Nope.
Shit. I like download, like I got the download going, deleted stuff I needed to delete.
Yeah.
And then I put my thing in the rest mode so I could just do it while I walked away.
Right, which is what I would do too. I just let it do it while I was sleeping or whatever.
Yeah.
But but like with us doing the podcast, I can't have it downloading right now or Skype will be bad, and then tomorrow I have another podcast, so I can't do it tomorrow, which I couldn't anyways because of my data cap, so that isn't that big a deal, but, like I said, I've got to wait before I can even decide whether or not for sure I'm going to do it, so I don't know. I mean, I like the game, it's a lot of fun to play, but it's like, I can't keep doing this.
Right.
I know it's not all the time. I know it's when they do their seasons, but that's the thing is there's this isn't the last time they're doing it. Like, dude, when not COD, jeez. Like, Grand Theft Auto, I think in the whole time I've had Grand Theft Auto, has only had a couple huge updates. Like when they did the casino one, that was a pretty big one, but I still don't think that was anywhere near this size. And that added that whole casino and missions and a bunch of stuff too. So I don't know. I mean, I was all excited because I saw, was it yesterday or the day before, that they were bringing Rust back, and that's that's an awesome map.
It's a great map.
But, so I don't know. We'll see.
Brian, I'm just saying, I have the unlimited data here.
Oh, yeah?
More than welcome to bring your PlayStation over, and
that's a thought.
We'll hang out, and you can just download it and do whatever.
That's a thought. I hadn't considered something like that.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. That would be incredibly helpful because, like I was saying, with not having, like Garrett said, when I posted that in our group, the very first thing he said was like, "Oh, that's absolute murder for anyone who has a data cap." And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So.
I'm putting it out there.
Yeah.
How about that?
Fair enough.
All right.
So hopefully it's worth it, because there'd be nothing worse than downloading all that than going to play and going, yeah, it didn't really, like, what
well, I mean, I haven't really, like, jumped on Call of Duty in I think I played a little bit last weekend just because I got home from work. I'm like, I need to shoot something.
That's fair.
Yeah. But then I was kind of like, because I've been really into Skyrim lately.
I was just going to say, but you could go, but I could go hack slash stuff.
And I did. I played a couple games of Call of Duty, then I was like, okay, now I need to get back to like creeping through the bushes and shooting people with my crossbow.
Oh, yeah, right. I forgot you're playing that way this time, yeah.
Yeah, well, I just became a vampire lord, so, we'll see how that goes.
Oh, this is totally, well, it's not off topic, but so speaking of vampire thing, though, this is fucking weird, dude. I guess I didn't see it, but I saw clips of it today. On Raw last night, they had the women's champion got attacked by a woman they just brought up from NXT, right?
Right.
And at one point, she's got her down on the mat, and she, like, pulls her hair up off the back of her neck, and seriously, like, it looks like, I don't know for sure if she did, because I didn't see actual pictures of it, but it looks like she bites a chunk out of her neck. Like when
all right.
When Shayna Baszler, who's the one who did it, when she leans back, she's just got stuff all over her face. But that could be a blood capsule, no big deal there. And then later they showed Becky Lynch, who's the champion, and she's got, a big bandage on the back of her neck, and and again,
I thought they were trying to get away from that sort of like weird violence.
They kind of are going back to it. Because of ratings and AEW as competition and stuff now, so they're pushing the boundaries a little more. But I still really don't. That's weird, man. Like, and it's not like Shayna's supposed to be a vampire or something. Like there's no gimmick there. And it's like, why would somebody who's incredibly talented at submissions and because she's like a former I don't remember if she was in UFC or not, but she's an MMA fighter. Like, why would somebody with that skill set need to? I mean, I guess Mike Tyson bit Holyfield's ear, but when you looked at it, it was like Holyfield was a boxer, Tyson was a puncher, and that's why Tyson did it, because Holyfield was like taking him apart. But
riggedy wrecked, I believe.
I just don't. As a wrestling fan, this is one of those where I'm like, I can't defend this. Like, if
somebody bringing back Gangrel,
that'd be funny, dude's. He's still wrestling. He's like 50 something, and he's still wrestling. Although,
God, he's got to look like shit.
Dude,
I'm looking.
Dude, the Rock and Roll Express is still wrestling.
Gangrel now.
Do you remember those guys from when we were children's?
Yes, I do.
They are still
those guys up soon
wrestling, and one of those guys still does suicide dives through the ropes.
What?
Yeah, and they can
Is
still
that because it's like his walker slipped.
No, I mean they're not what they used to be, but they can still kind of go. Like, it's weird. You would think he would not want to tempt fates.
I understand Gangrel's gimmick was the vampire gothy guy.
Yeah.
At one point in your life, do you just give up on that whole goth look?
Well, I mean, it's all he has, so what do you do?
He looks like shite right now.
Well, what's funny to me is it's like, you think you would evolve it.
Right.
Like, when they came out and they're wearing all the puffy shirts and shit, it's like, all right, let's say vampires exist. if vampires exist, do you really think they're going to wear something that makes them stand out like that? I feel like they would update their. Well, I guess if you watch What We Do in the Shadows, they still they do still dress that way, but you know what I mean? It's like you would think that you would go, maybe I want to blend in a little bit, but nah, it's all right.
It's funny. I looking at all these Google images. He does the wide-eyed, mouth open so you can see the fangs, devil horns, and there's so many pictures of him making the things. It's like his blue steel.
Yeah, it is.
Fantastic. All right, hold on. Rock and Roll Express.
Wait. Hold on. You found picture? How did you find pictures of Gangrel?
I just typed in Gangrel.
No. How did you find pictures of Gangrel?
They're probably paintings.
Oh man, that'd be great if every one of his online pictures was a painting. That'd be so great. Or artist rendition underneath each one of them. You know?
Oh my God, the Rock and Roll Express. Now they look like they're just old guys.
Yeah.
What is happening?
I don't know, man.
Why? I mean, I guess cred to these guys are still a team or whatever.
Yeah.
But
well, I've heard from a couple things that like Marty and Sarah were talking about on their podcast. I think Marty was talking about how like they make more money than they've ever made in their career right now because there's just more money there. So
wow, I mean, good for them that they're still doing it and they're making money,
right?
But
yeah, because a lot of the wrestlers at that age are just fat and sitting at gimmick tables at conventions. So, the fact that they can still go.
I mean, given the fact, like I'm just looking at these images, they look like for their age, they're still in decent shape.
They are, yeah. I mean, you can tell they're old guys, but they're
boy, can you?
Yeah. My favorite is that, still hanging on to those mullets.
Yeah, I would say the one dude's rocking a hard skullet.
Yeah. Not that I can, say anything, because if I was grown out anything, that's all I'd have, so.
Like, he's got the kind of hairdo that he should be hunting Schwarzenegger in a jungle.
You saying he's a predator?
He's got predator forehead, man.
Yeah, he sure does. Oh, man.
Wow.
Yep.
That is fascinating.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I mean, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a younger picture of him. Boy, the guy with the predator forehead had a lovely head of hair. He's just clinging on to that.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh, it's, yeah.
If he could transfer all this hair in his chest to his dome, he'd be doing good.
Yeah.
I get that feeling, though, so he'll be all right.
Right? Well, he's grown it long enough in the back, he could just, flip it over and staple it or something, and it would,
I mean, yeah, definitely, for sure.
Yeah. It is a shame, with some of these wrestlers, because you see some of them, and they look kind of like a badass with the long hair and all that stuff, but you can just tell it's like, this guy, if you see him and his hair's not all wetted down, he's going to look real bald,
super bald.
And they got a few right now that are kind of going through that. One of them a few years ago, Baron Corbin, finally, he shaved his hair off.
Yeah, accept your fate, take your head off.
Yeah. Cause it was it got to the point that there were all these things online about it and the crowds were actually chanting at him about being bald and stuff. And it was like, okay, you kind of have to address this at some point cause it's looking bad, even with his hair slicked down, you could tell that the hair on top was not anywhere near as thick as anywhere else, you saw a lot of skull. So it's sorry guys.
All I can say is, wow.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, I bet you didn't expect that the Rock and Roll Express was still a thing.
No.
Yeah.
Did not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's apparently still chugging station to station.
Yeah. They're on, was it AEW, I think it is, or I can't remember if it's AEW or if it's on NWA now, but either way, they're on one or the other. So, yeah, like you said, good for them, I guess. So,
yeah, good for them.
Yep. Yep. So, I got all excited yesterday because,
oh, yeah?
The other thing I saw trending on Twitter, well, this was yesterday when I saw this trending on Twitter was, it said Rage tour, and I was like, I got up and, did a little fancy jig and everything. I had to change my pants, of course. But then I was like, Rage Against the Machine. I was like, fuck yeah, they're coming to Detroit, Because I was like, Detroit, Columbus, or Cleveland, I'm like, please give us one of those, And they're definitely hitting Detroit and Cleveland. I don't remember if they're doing Columbus. Probably not, because I don't think Columbus is a big enough city for this tour. Because this one's mostly big cities. And they're all arenas, which is so not... It's so funny that this tour for Rage is like all arenas and festivals, which is so not Rage.
I know, right?
But at the same time, I mean, listen, this tour is going to bring in dump trucks of money. And I saw it's really cool. The first 3 shows, they're giving away like all the proceeds to immigrant help initiatives. And then there's a bunch of the proceeds from the rest of the tour and other stuff that's going to go to other charities and stuff, which is awesome that they're still going to make bank on this, but they're also going to, put some money in good places or whatever. I dig that. But then I was, when I clicked on the link to, look at the tour dates, I was like, the fuck? This says Run the Jewels is supporting them. And then I had to go change my pants again because, fuck yeah, dude.
It makes sense because they kind of...
Well, Zach De La Rocha did that song with them, so they've already,
they did a song, and they kind of have a lot of same ideals.
True. Also, and I was just like, oh, man. It's like, tickets go on sale Thursday. It looks like... It's weird because, usually for tours, they stagger the ticket sales. So I don't know if they're doing that or not because the website just says like tickets on sale Thursday.
Yeah, I kind of, because I got an alert on one of my ticket buying apps I use. Yeah. So I clicked on it because I was like, I want to know how much tickets are. And if it's correct, it looks like they're about 125.
Jesus.
That's probably just your, nosebleeds. If I'm guessing.
God damn it. I want to go so bad.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. I figured that's where tickets were probably going to be because, first of all, you have 2 like headline acts essentially here, but also hell, if Rage was just on their own, they could command that price. So, but the sad part is, it's like in my head, part of me wants to go, let the hype die down. Maybe if they do a second run, but it's like, but there's no guarantee with this band that they're going to.
Yeah, I don't know if that would happen, honestly.
Exactly. That's the thing is like, who knows? Because it really, it comes down to Zach, I mean, even without Run the Jewels, but it's like, because he's the one that was like, I'm going to go do other stuff,
Right.
So I don't know, but, I don't think I've been this excited for wanting to go see a concert in a long time. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to try to figure it out, honestly, if I can go, because I would love to see both of them. Rage Against the Machine is one of those bands that's on my like bucket list.
Yeah, same here. And the thing is, I've kicked myself for there's enough bands on my bucket list that I can't go see anymore because they're either not together or someone has died in the band.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when I saw that Phil Anselmo was doing Pantera sets, opening up for Slayer, I'm like, oh, that's pretty awesome. But it was like, but it can't be the same. No Dimebag. Right. I mean, I don't know. I'd still go see it. Don't get me wrong. Like if he was coming through doing smaller venues or something by himself, I would totally be like, dude, we need to go see this because it's still gonna sound vocally like Pantera.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
But. Yeah, it's like, I kicked myself because we didn't, like never went and saw Soundgarden and, bands like that or, back in the day or Alice in Chains back in the day. Although we could still go see them and they still sound pretty awesome. But, shit like that. So you're, like you said, it's like Rage is one of those bands and I just pretty much resigned myself to, well, they're, they broke up. So there's no chance.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt too. I was like, fuck it. What am I going to do? And now, well, now I got to try to make magic happen or something.
I know. I will say this. I'm going to put this out there. If you figure out that you think you can make this happen, I have the money for a ticket.
Okay, fair enough.
So if you do go to do something, let me know and We can work that out. Anyways, that's workshopping, but I just want to make sure it's said before.
Workshopping.
Yeah. But anywho. But, oh, so excited for that, though. Also, like, the funny part is, like, I'm curious at some point, like, when and if they're going to do some new stuff. Also, Run the Jewels 4, their new album should be dropping any time if they're going to start touring, I would think.
That's awesome.
Because they keep posting shit on their Instagram like, it's coming soon, you know, kind of thing, but no release date yet. So.
Right.
But with this announcement, like I said, I would assume they'd want to get that new album out there to, you know, and then you go support it with the tour, basically. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. The only thing I hate about that, the thing is that I don't like seeing shows at arenas as much, you know?
Right.
But I will also, you know, these acts have gotten a lot smarter about how they do their presentations to where they're putting up those like massive LED screens behind them and stuff. So, no matter where you sit, you feel like you're still part of the show or can see things, you know?
Yeah, it's not as bad as it used to be.
Right. Cause I saw footage from Metallica at Comerica Park, and cause part of the reason I was like, how about going to that was I was like, I'd probably sit in the bleeds, you know? But I saw some footage from the bleeds, and I was like, now I kind of wish I would have went.
Yeah, I know, right? Like,
it still looked pretty awesome.
Made that happen.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Too late for that. I'm sure Metallica will be back through here, though.
They'll be bad.
They're not hanging it up anytime soon, I don't think, so.
Right.
Like I said, with Rage, I would assume, like, unless Zach gets fickle again, I figure they probably will keep touring for a little while. Because there was already talk that they're going to put a new album out. And if they're going to do an album, you know, this tour, I don't know if we'll be the ones supporting the album or not, because I don't know when they'll put out, like, I don't know if they already have done the stuff, you know, like secret style or what, so.
Right.
Yeah. That'd be kind of cool, you know. They're like, oh, hey, here's a new one. You're like, what?
Yeah, bro, what now?
Oh, my pants.
Yeah, they have officially become soiled.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's, good times. So, you want my old man rant for the week?
Oh, shit, Brian. We need an old man rant sound. No,
yeah.
we don't.
And no, this isn't about the fact that, you know, I hate having
old man rant.
Fucking A right. Right? There you go. Like, I hate the idea of paying shit tons of money for concert tickets. But, anyway.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah. But it's one of those, like you were saying, it's like, when it, like this, in my head, it's bucket list thing. And on those, it's like, I'm willing to pay. It's kind of like, you know, if I had a chance to go to WrestleMania, it isn't going to be cheap. But it's one of those things I'll probably do one time and that's it. You know, like that kind of, or a Super Bowl, you know, like something like that. Like that's kind of where I would put some of these things. But no, my old man rant for the week was apparently on the Oscars the other night, which, there was a bit where, you know, Steve Martin and Chris Rock were, you know, doing a presentation or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about something. Steve Martin goes, well, actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to back up from here. So I get an email. Right. I get an email each day, basically from Yahoo in their mail. And it's like, you know, here's today's news update, basically. Right. Mm-hmm. So, dang it. Come on. I need the damn thing to pop up here so I can read it right. So the headline for this one was comics drop V word during jaw-dropping Oscars skit.
Wait, what word?
V word. Like the letter V.
Vagina?
That is the word that was said, yes. Because here's this, the moment of it went like this, basically. Something was said, Steve Martin goes, like, you know what else is missing or something like that. Oh, I think it was probably in reference to, like, there was no official host for the Oscars this year.
Right.
So it was probably Steve Martin and Chris Rock, who've both hosted in the past, probably were like, yeah, there's no host this year. And then Steve Martin goes like, you know what else is missing? And Chris Rock goes, vaginas? Because there was not very many women directors and whatnot nominated. You know. And
let me guess.
What?
People got all pissed off about it.
Well, Here's the thing is, no, actually. Not that I'm aware of, maybe. But
I hope not.
What bugs the shit out of me about this is the way that Yahoo worded this. Because, first of all, vagina is not a bad word.
No, it's not.
It's not even remotely a cuss word. It's not, I mean, yeah, horribly...
Probably one of my favorite words.
Horribly oversensitive people might not want to hear it, but it's like, it's not a cuss word. It's an anatomical word. It's the correct word for things.
Exactly.
And it's like, you know, the way you normally, if you were Chris Rock, he was making, obviously he's, you know, making a political, or not political, I mean, social commentary there.
He's being a comedian.
Right. And it's like, he could have went up a level with it. He could have said pussy, he could have said cunt, you know, I mean,
sure, right?
I mean, not that would have, you know, cunt wouldn't have worked as well in the context, but he didn't say the words that people are like, oh, you know, kind of thing.
Oh my God.
You know, I mean, I'm sure there was somebody, you know, who, you know, fainted after he said vagina, but, but I was like, okay, so that's not a bad word. So what he said's not a bad word. Nothing he said was controversial as far as like that goes. You know, if you want to take the controversy of, you know, women directors being overlooked, that's a whole different thing. That's what he was trying to draw attention to, you know? And what bugs me is that them, like Yahoo wording it this way makes vagina a less than situation. Or like that it's not okay to say that word or whatever. And it's like, no, because I'll bet if he had said penis, I bet they wouldn't have sent out an email going, you know, comedian uses a P word, you know. I can't see that happening. You know?
No.
It's like this only happened because he said vagina. And again, it's like, it's not a curse word. It's not a naughty word. It's like, he actually used as clean of a version of the context as he could have.
Yes, the cleanest version.
Yeah. Also, by the way, I realized that essentially, you know, the way I'm attacking this, it's like really not old man rant, because it really is more of like woke man rant, you know, in the context. But, yeah, this just really chapped my ass though, because it's like they're trying to make it into something, you know?
Yeah, they just let it be, because unless, I mean, there shouldn't be any outrage about it anyway.
Right.
Like you said, if he was like, hey, we're missing a couple of slits.
Yeah. Right?
Or whatever.
Oh! Exactly.
No.
Yes, exactly. You know? But it was like, no.
Yeah, it's just like vaginas.
Yeah. And it's like, it bugs the shit out of me.
People rather have them say, we're missing like veiny, throbbing dicks.
Probably, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, when I read the headline, I immediately was just like, you know, like just immediate, like, you know, Hulk angry kind of thing, because it just made me so mad.
Well, because it's stupid.
Yeah. And it's like I said, if he had said penis, this wouldn't have been a headline. And honestly, this shouldn't have been a headline. If it was, it should have been something like, you know, Chris Rock, blah, 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 you know, points out the inequalities of the Oscars. That's more of what the headline should have been. This instead was written as clickbait, you know, and don't get me wrong, it worked on me because I'm like, the word, you know? And then when I read it, I was like, oh my God, really? Like, this is not a thing. Like, if this was from, like, you know, some Christian family group or something, I'd understand it more. But it, you know.
Just lame.
Yeah, so.
I mean, you know what, Brian? I actually have something kind of similarly related to outrage over really nothing.
Sweet.
You've heard, I mean, I'm sure everyone's heard about this Super Bowl outrage, because it's an Ohio man.
I don't know.
He's planning on suing the NFL, Pepsi, and local cable company because of the halftime show.
Right.
Says a Christian activist is clearly trying to get attention for a podcast. This is from Sports Illustrated.
Yeah.
For a podcast he hosts.
Of course.
So announced that because viewing the halftime show in which Jalen and Shakira gyrated in ski outfits, which
they weren't skimpy.
I've had, you know,
Stop it.
They weren't skimpy. The internet pointed out their dancer outfit.
Right.
It's
exactly.
not like they were wearing bikinis. They were like full body suits.
Seriously, some of what the women have worn.
They might as well be being Hooters tights.
Yeah, well, it's like the women on Dancing with the Stars have worn similar outfits.
Yeah.
And that's on constantly.
Cheerleaders at the NFL games wear less.
Yeah. And this guy's not
the Dallas Cowgirl.
Yeah.
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 So he says, in which they gyrated in skimpy outfits for 15 minutes, put him in a danger of hellfire.
Oh, my God.
He says he turned off the halftime show because he didn't want to let that spirit into his house and was angered about the crotch shots. They hopped on Facebook asking for lawyers to help file a lawsuit for pandering pornography and contributing to the delinquency of minors.
It's not pornography. Everything was covered.
This is my favorite part of the article right here. Is his quote says, I tuned in to watch a football game. I didn't tune in to watch a porn show.
Okay, well...
And then it says, writer puts, before launching into a very creepy analogy about having attractive daughters, now he can't bring them to a school to pole dance and twerk.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus. So, all right. How did he know what all happened if he turned it off?
Well, because I imagine his raging erection was too like, this is a sin.
Yeah.
I cannot be watching this.
There's only one way to cleanse you of sins, and that's to beat them out of you.
Exactly. So he went into his little closet, started whipping himself like that creep from the Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, flagellating himself.
Yeah. I imagine his busted, broken down wife is probably like, it's like road trip. Honey, you're boner. You're boner.
Yeah.
Knocking shit off the table.
Right. This is so annoying.
He's just like, it's just like, he's just grabbing for attention.
Well, hell, I mean, if this works, I mean, maybe we should lawyer up and, get us some attention. Cause I mean, that halftime show, certainly was made to try to lure men like us, into the depths of hell, I
mean, if that's what's waiting for me in hell, Brian.
Sign me up. Yeah.
Here I come.
And then you're going to go to hell.
Yeah. You got smoking hot 50-year-old strippers, I'm in.
Yeah, right? Not at all what I expected of hell, but okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
As an older gentleman, I'm interested.
Right. Well, the other thing on this is like, okay, so unless you've, been in a coma during the whole careers of Shakira and J-Lo, and just woke up just in time to see the halftime show. Like, oh my God, I woke up and they're like, oh, the halftime show's on. And, well, this will be wholesome, I'm sure it'll be some nice guys just, doing the Charleston or something. And
I'm sure it'll be a cappella with then some 4-part harmonies.
Yeah. It was like, okay, what kind of show they're going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, Shakira's
known
for...
It's basically what they do every year. Look at last year. They had a half-nude dude up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I mean,
the other side is, like I said, it's like what you're getting going in. So, like, if you're against that kind of thing, it's real simple. Turn on the Puppy Bowl.
Yeah.
Right? Hell, absolutely. Honestly, the Puppy Bowl, for a lot of people, is probably more entertaining anyway. So, and get after it. That's fine.
I mean, I honestly didn't watch the halftime show. I got up and, I saw a little bit of it, and I was just kind of like, yeah, this isn't my music. Sure, they're fun to look at, but
yeah, I'm the same way.
That's what the internet's full of. Way more things to look at.
Yeah. Well, that is the thing. It's like I don't generally watch the halftime show of the Super Bowl because I don't care about the acts that they have most of the time. Yeah. That is not geared for us as far as the music part of it. I mean, yeah, of course we both love, watching attractive ladies shake their bits, but it's like,
yeah, I mean, every once in a while they nail, like Prince. We talked about that already.
We both love that. That was a great show.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
by the way, Prince Radio on Spotify, fucking killer.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, you know what you're getting. So it's like, if that isn't for you, turn it off. Seriously, go pray for the halftime length if you need to at that point. Just, pray for the souls of all the people who will be watching
Yeah.
the sinning.
Ask Jesus for forgiveness for your rager that's leaking into your trousers.
Wow, that's graphic. I'm just so fucking over this kind of thinking that it's corrupting the youth and blah blah blah. It's like, okay, dude, do you let your children on the internet? Probably not.
Yeah.
He probably has like all these blocks on there and stuff.
Well, we do, but we only allows them to use Gmail. God, me.
I'm just picturing instead of like on AOL where they have you've got mail, you just on Godmail, you just hear, you've got, I deliver unto the mail, or something
It's like,
oh, yeah. Right.
Like, oh, I have a message from the unseen one.
And then every once in a while it also, yells at you for averting your eyes,
Well, of course. Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm just so...
saw your Google search, Daniel. Oh, no.
Dude, that would be so great. That you just get messages like that in your mail,
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You realize, I bet you could do something like that and seriously manipulate people.
Oh, fuck yeah, you could.
Oh, my God. Jeez.
People are so manipulative. Easy to manipulate.
Ramalama ding dong.
Yeah.
Armagoodna.
For sure, Yamalama ding dong.
Yeah. I'm just so fucking over this backwards thinking of these people, man. And seriously, you and I have always been this way with TV shows and shit. We've always been like the self-censorship thing, Like, if you don't like it, turn it the fuck off.
Yeah, exactly.
Because here's the thing. If shows don't get ratings, they don't do them again. Like, so the halftime show, if this halftime show had gotten horrible ratings, like if they were like, holy shit, everyone turned off the Super Bowl during that time, they would go, okay, we're not allowing that kind of show again. We're going to do something different, and it's like, ugh.
And it's like, just because, Turd Nugget over here didn't like it, didn't mean, and most of the people, from what I heard, did like it.
I heard a lot of people,
not because it was ladies gyrating, because they're like, oh yeah, I enjoy J-Lo and Shakira, and they put on a good show.
Yeah. Well, and there was a lot of cultural stuff in there. There was a lot of women power type stuff, so it was whatever, man.
I mean, it's to each their own.
Yeah.
Like I said, I do what I did. I left the room. I went and did other shit while halftime was
beat off furiously. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to leave the room due to this raging erection.
Jeebus, help me.
Yeah, exactly. What am I going to do? Take care of that in the living room in front of the cats?
Right.
Jesus, what
like
am I,
a
an
savage?
animal?
Yeah.
Watch.
Yeah, just judging you the whole time. That's got to be worse, right? Like, doing something like that in front of your cats has got to be worse than in front of your dog. Because the dog still loves you. They're like unconditional love. They may not,
for sure.
The dog might be like, but, I mean, I still love this guy, The cat's
pure judgment.
The cat's just like, the fucker, what's wrong with you? Like,
pure judgment.
The cat will never look at you the same.
No, not at all.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Oy.
So on the topic of foosball,
yeah,
I watched a little bit of the XFL.
Oh, yeah. How was that?
And the biggest part that sucks is the quality, because you're getting guys who are like NFL
washouts.
Yeah, or guys who, like the talent level is like guys who were like the B-level guy. Like they're the ones who couldn't make the NFL pretty much, or former, those kind of things, which is fine. What I'm glad for is, much like with wrestling, I love how the indies have grown, because now there's more work for guys and women who want to do that as a line of work,
That's fair. Yeah.
So same with the XFL, might give some people an opportunity that, they missed out on, or maybe, they screwed up in some way or another, and maybe this will give them an opportunity to show that, hey, I'm not the screw up that, I was 5 years ago or something. But
right.
But unfortunately, the talent level is also at that. There was a lot of, and I don't know, it could have been nerves and stuff too, but there was a lot of missed passes. Like, receivers that can't catch as well. And, like, you can tell you're not watching A-level talent.
Are the names of the teams still good? Because remember, it was like the Las Vegas Hitmen and.
Well, no, they're not. Like they're like the first game was against the DC Defenders and the Seattle Dragons, I think it was. They're not great. You know what they remind me more of is they remind me more of like World League football names.
See, we could have had so much fun.
Well, I'll give them this, and me and Fluffy Bunny Ash were talking about this. I didn't really see any crossover between the XFL and WWE. Like I didn't see commercials for XFL during WWE programming, and vice versa.
Oh, maybe they learned their lesson from the last failure.
I didn't watch any of the games on Fox, so there could have been, because Fox does have SmackDown, so, it would have been a smart maybe for Fox to be like, hey, but the way the XFL is presenting itself this time is like, hey, we're a legitimate football product. We're not all
we're not a gimmick league.
Yeah.
Like they were doing, huh?
Right. And a lot of the rules changes, I think, are interesting ones, like extra points. Instead of going for just 1 or 2, you can go for 1, 2, or 3. And it's either, I forgot, what Garrett told me originally, and I saw it, like, it's either like the 5, 10, or 15, or 5, 10, or 20. I can't remember yard line. And you go for that, the further back you go for it. You can't kick an extra point. They actually have to run a play to get the extra point.
Oh, that's interesting.
And if the other team gets a turnover and takes it back for a score, they get whatever you were going for. So if you're trying for 3 and you throw a pick and the guy takes it to the house, they get the 3 points, which I think is kind of cool, because you're gambling a little bit there. I think that makes things a little more exciting. Plus, nobody likes kicks. Nobody likes field goals in football, like.
No, it's boring.
It's boring, yeah.
You don't like kicks?
Kickers.
Yeah.
Coaches don't even like kicks,
Yeah.
You know it, and how many times you see a quarterback coming off the field because the coach runs out the field goal unit, or whatever.
Right.
And they're like, so, but the one rule that I'm a little about is the pass interference, and Garrett and I talked about this, because in the NFL, pass interference is at the spot of the foul. So if it's 20 yards downfield, that's where you get the ball, right? In this, they advance you to the first down mark. So if it's like, 3rd and 1, you move 1 yard up on that pass interference, but you get an automatic first down.
Right.
And like I was saying to Garrett, it's like, I'm curious to see how it plays out, because if I'm a defensive coordinator, you're never getting a big play on me. I'm going to tell my guys, if a guy has you beat, grab his jersey and yank him to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're only going to get at most 10 yards on it.
Right.
Right? So if that's how it works, I'm, like I said, because it works the flip in the NFL. Remember with Randy Moss, how the Vikings used to just throw a deep ball multiple times a game in hopes of either he makes the catch and you get a massive play, or you get a pass interference and get like a 50-yard gain out of it. So it's kind of the flip of that, which is weird because in the XFL, most of the rules are to keep the game going and offensive. They favor the offense more than the defense, because that's more. It's more exciting,
Yeah.
This is America. We like watching scoring. We don't like, people don't like, pitchers duels as much as they like, home run derbies. So. But overall, it was entertaining. The presentation was really good. Like, it looked really good on TV. ABC and Fox, from what I saw, did a really nice job of that. So, I'll probably keep giving it a try. Although it was weird. Like, I saw last night, a defensive coordinator got fired already.
Really?
Yeah. So, I don't...
Huh.
And the thing is, like, all the teams are owned by the league. So that's the other part is it's like, wow, it's like, does that mean that coaches, like, seriously are coaching, like, game to game? That's not going to be a fun way of doing your job,
No, not really, huh?
Yeah. Well, especially it's like, I mean, come on, you got to give a team a chance to gel a little bit. Like, if after three games or something, because their season's shorter. I forgot how many games it is. It's a lot shorter because there's only 8 or 10 teams. So,
right.
But yeah, I saw, and it was a former NFL player. I don't know if you remember Pepper Johnson. He was a linebacker for the Giants for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got fired. But to me, the most exciting story that came out of the XFL this week, not really, but I found this just shaking my head because, you're presenting a non-NFL product, and so this is the most, man. All right, so this is directly from the St. Louis Battlehawks, which is one of the teams. This is right from their
St. Louis Battlehawks.
Battlehawks, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. So they won their game.
Right.
And when they went into the back to celebrate, one of their major sponsors, because St. Louis, is Bud Light. And right now, what is Bud Light trying to promote? Their seltzer.
Seltzers, I assume?
Yes. Yeah. So there's footage of the guys in the locker room shotgunning seltzers after their victory.
Oh, yeah.
Because nothing says
hardcore football like a nice, refreshing seltzer.
Right. Now, I will say this. When I first read that they were shotgunning seltzers, I was like, oh, God. Because I'm thinking like sparkling water type seltzers,
Right.
And I mean, the other seltzers have carbonation too, but these others, I was thinking like heavy carbonation. And it's like, oh my God, the shotgunning of that is going to be horrible.
I mean, I've been drinking enough seltzers lately that I could go pretty hard on them now.
Yeah. Well, no, that's what I'm saying is like with those, when I realized they were the alcoholic ones.
Well, yeah, they are seltzers.
Yeah.
Not the hard seltzers.
Right. I know what you're saying.
Because I'm not a savage.
Yeah. But, oh boy. I just laughed because it was just, you see the ones that I saw, the footage I saw, it was like all white guys just jumping around, like shotgunning, and I'm like, of course they're all white guys. It just makes it perfect. Yeah, it just makes it so much more perfect, But
that exactly sums it up. Of course they're white guys.
But just in general, I just thought it was a funny kind of situation, because like first of all, you don't generally see, and again, it's the franchise's first win and everything, so whatever,
right.
But it's like you don't generally see, NFL players like shotgunning beers after a regular game victory, but, whatever. Like I said, it is the first.
These guys are probably some hard drinkers, some of them.
My favorite. Going back to the Pepper Johnson thing real quick. I saw a great tweet that was like, "Wow, can't believe they would do him like this. He's been with the organization since the beginning. Something like he's the longest term defensive coordinator they've ever had. Just shit like that."
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's like Chris Jericho in AEW. He's their champion, and he keeps talking about how he's the longest reigning AEW champ ever, and he's the only one. That's classic Jericho there. But
yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I will say though, it's like it really reminded me of watching like the World League football or that kind of football, to where it's like it's football, but you can clearly go, this is not the NFL or even
right.
Like this isn't top level football, like you can see some disparities in talent in some of them, but the games weren't bad. At least there wasn't like the players weren't constantly fumbling or being sloppy or that kind of stuff. So, as long as they can avoid that kind of stuff, I think they'll be okay, Cause I'm not going to lie. I've watched some, like Arena League football and Canadian Football League, because it's still football.
Why not, right?
Yeah, it's still football, so I'll still watch it.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta, sometimes you gotta slum it.
Exactly. No, that's the thing is I want to give it a fair chance because, I know a lot of people kind of shit on it because, it's Vince McMahon's product,
Yeah.
But I think he really went after it. I think he learned from last time, because there's no he hate me's in this league. There's no nicknames on the jerseys, and
I always like the nicknames.
I liked he hate me. I don't know. I can't really think of many others, but I definitely remember that one.
Yeah, I mean, fair.
But, but from the previous XFL that allowed Tommy Maddox, who was the MVP of their league, he got back into the NFL that way. He was able to get himself a job. So hopefully for some of these guys, it'll do that because I know the salaries they're making it's not a lot,
Right.
So hopefully for some of them, you know, especially the ones who have that talent level, but just, you know, like I said, maybe, you know, made a couple missteps or were a little too cocky or something like that at the time, you know. I actually saw a comment today because someone asked why Colin Kaepernick isn't in the XFL. Like, if you're the XFL, why wouldn't you want to bring in a guy like him? And, you know, their statement is that, you know, he wants too much money. And in my head, I'm going, that may be true, but it's hard to not go, Vince McMahon is so pro-America that I can see him being one of the ones that's mad about Kaepernick kneeling.
Yeah, I could see that as well.
Because it's an official, like, mandate in the league that all players have to stand during the national anthem. So
that says it right there.
So I could also see Kaepernick being like, no, I'm not going to, you know, compromise on what I'm doing here. So, and, you know, however anyone feels about him, I'm not getting into that. I'm just, you know, I know what you're saying. It was one of the first things I thought, too, though, was kind of like, you know, that is a little odd. But it makes me wonder if you'll see some of these guys, because, you know, a lot of the teams are going to younger backups in the league. So it makes me wonder, maybe you got that guy who's been around for a while, who's, you know, and I don't mean like right now, like Phillip Rivers is a free agent or going to be a free agent, you know, like I don't see him, or like Tom Brady is going to be a free agent, you know, like I don't see either of them signing with the XFL, you know, but it's like, it does kind of make you wonder if maybe some guy who's been like a perennial backup, it's like, maybe, hey, I'm going to go there because I can show off what I got a little bit. Maybe that could get me, you know, a job.
Right.
Although, in fairness, working as a backup in the NFL probably pays better than starting in the XFL. So
I would assume.
Because a lot of the backups make a few $1 million a year, you know. So.
Yeah, I would assume that
ain't a bad gig.
Anything NFL's got to pay more than NFL.
Yeah, yeah, because there's just more money there, you know.
Yeah, for sure, right?
So, yeah. Anyway, that's about all I have for the week, I think. So I don't know what else.
I mean, I got a couple things.
All right.
One is it's not really an old man rant, but it's what the fuck's up with people standing brooms up? I've seen multiple posts on my socials.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I know it was really stupid because there was a thing yesterday or whatever, day before, whenever it was, that people were saying that because of, I can't remember the exact thing on it, but it was like because
the equinox.
Yeah, there was something about the gravity that it would only work this way, and basically that's not true. Like, you should be able to do that trick like any other time as well. It's just, you know how it is. Somebody sees something weird on the internet, and you know.
Yeah, that's because I once I saw this thing happening all over my socials, immediately I go, you know, head to Snopes, and it's like, nope, false.
Yeah, exactly. One of the things I saw, and somebody I follow on Instagram, she posted that, like, she was at somebody's house, and they did the broom standing thing up, or stood the broom up, and they had left. Like, she didn't know about it, so when they came back and turned the lights on in the kitchen, this broom's just standing, and she's like, it freaked me the shit out.
I mean, that's fun.
Yeah. You know, oh man, can you imagine? You could really fuck with someone in their own house that way if you could do that and they didn't realize you did it and then leave. They come home, they're by themselves, turn the fucking light on, and the broom's just in the middle of the kitchen on its own.
Like, every time you go over, you do it. So they're like, what the fuck?
Oh my God. Or you do it wherever you are with them or something. It'd be better if you could get in, like, or, you know, do it when they don't realize that, but it'd just be like, what is going on in your house, yo? Like,
yeah, right. Amazing.
Oh, God, poor people. But, you know, that's just one of those, that's the old, that's the old internet for you, you know?
Yeah, the old internet. So I have that. But
people just buying into it without, like you did. See, you did what you should do, right? You hear something, you're like, although it is funny given that last week, you know, you presented a fake news story to us, but,
it's true.
But, you know, that is what we should do as people. We should be able to look at something like that and go, I don't know about that. And then go to Snopes or somewhere like that and go, oh, okay. Like, you should be able to do this any other time. Like, I don't even know what the trick is. Because I don't care. What the fuck am I standing brooms for? You know?
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. I'm like, and I was like, there's no, I mean, I'm no scientist, but I know that's not because of the equinox. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Anywho.
Right.
So the other one, this kind of weirded me out and creeped me out a little bit. This is this comes from South Korea.
Okay.
Right. Now let me rewind. Over Christmas time, I was seriously considering, like, because I got a Switch.
Moving to South Korea?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm a Taekwondo expert. No one knows that.
Huh. I've seen you do Taekwondo. I doubt you're an expert.
Yeah, right.
And for anyone listening, I didn't make that up. I actually have seen Tony do Taekwondo, but it was when we were little children. Yeah. Because I used to go, because the best part of it was that afterwards your dad used to buy us New York Seltzers.
New York Seltzers. I
don't know if you remember that.
Found them in the locker room.
Fuck yeah, dude. So, anyway.
But yeah, around Christmas time, I was trying to decide, like, what the big gift I want to do for, like, the kids and, like, the family, quote unquote, or whatever.
Sure.
And Switch ended up being a thing. But one of the things I considered was the Oculus Go.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was like, man, these VR games look pretty badass.
Yeah.
I'd like to play them.
Yeah, I'll tell you, like, one of the reasons I'd like to get one was my therapist actually mentioned it about my fear of cars and stuff.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Because she's like, if you could find, like, the problem is the only, like, real driving games they have are, like, racing games. There's not really a casually drive around town game.
I mean, there's so many Microsoft simulators that it wouldn't surprise me if they had, Trucker Simulator for the VR.
There is a few that are out there. But there is also technology out there. Like, there are places that do virtual driver's ed. But none close to us, unfortunately. Because if there was one close to us, I would go sign up for it to see if I could do it. Because I think it would really help.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you're probably right. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the cool things about the VR. Plus, it's can help people with PTSD and different stuff. But anyway, go ahead, sir.
No, you're good. So, I was looking at the Oculus, but I'm like, man, it's like $400.
Yeah.
I just said I couldn't go like, all right, I'm going to spend this much on the Oculus.
Yeah.
But, so South Korea had this TV show last week.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a TV, what disturbs me is this is a TV show, but it also disturbs because of technology.
Right.
So this TV show, they arranged for the South Korean mother to hang out with her daughter in virtual reality.
Mm-hmm.
Her daughter's been deceased since 2016.
Yeah, I heard about this. And
so, I mean, apparently there was a birthday party in the field, lots of sobbing, and I didn't watch the video. And I can't watch this as a father.
The gloves, the gloves that the mom is wearing have haptic feedback in them, so it was almost like she could feel like when they touched,
right,
and stuff. On one hand, it's like, that had to be amazing for her.
But it had to be amazing for her. But I'm like, well, the part of the surgery is like, oh, they're doing, people watch this.
Yeah.
It's like if she was doing it, if they did it for her and it was kind of like her thing,
like private,
I'd have a little more.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd kind of have a little more respect for it. But like you were saying, if you're virtual driver's ed, VR could be super good for some of this shit.
Yeah.
If you got fear of heights, maybe you can like walk around like I-beams and shit or whatever.
And be totally safe. Like, I know fear sometimes kind of still will lie to your brain and tell you aren't, of course, but you could, that would be the help of it, is that it can help people get over fears and be totally, like I said, with me, even if I drove in that simulator, like I drive in GTA, I'd still feel, in the back of my head, I'd go, you're safe. Like, you can't, the only way you're dying is if you have a heart attack or something,
right.
Like, otherwise, you're safe. Like, you're okay. It's not like putting me behind the wheel of a real car where if I start panicking, that I could kill someone. If I panic and I'm in the simulator, we can just stop the simulator, and I could get out, or you can sit in it a little easier. I know they tell people with fears like, just pull off to the side of the road. And it's like, well, what do you do if you're on like a busy road or an expressway or somewhere that doesn't have a shoulder or something? It's like, though you run those risks. Whereas again, these simulators, at any time I can be like, turn it off.
Right. Or just take the headset off.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it's like, could it help people to have like social anxieties? Like, oh, now we're going to put you in a crowded space.
We're going to put you in a party, basically.
Yeah.
With other people. I mean, you could do it with other people with social anxiety, literally, like you would do in a chat room or something, But in this one, we all have avatars,
It's pretty wild. And I was kind of disturbed by the whole, like, we're going to make a virtual recreation of this chick's daughter. Because, man, I don't know if I don't know if I could do that myself.
Yeah. But
honestly,
what I like is the fact that that option can exist for people,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because there are some, like they said, this woman's daughter had a very quick degenerative disease. She died at age 7 or something like that.
Yeah.
And that, and we've talked about before how we would both love the ability to have like our dad's voice recorded on something or have done something.
Yes.
So it's like on that note, it's like, like when I was thinking about it, that was the first place my brain went was, man, if that could give me the ability to just sit with my dad, even if we weren't really doing much, I think I would still be like, sign me up, just to kind of feel like,
but it's like it's almost like Minority Report. Remember, just watching videos of his dead kid.
Yes. Well, that's what I was going to say. Is that to me would be where it could get dangerous. Is that I would think you could obsess.
Yeah.
Like I remember listening to. Did I talk about it in here? I don't remember a podcast about. There was a girl who lost her grandma, and she created a character of her grandma in The Sims. And then
I don't think you talked about it.
And then she would go visit her grandma every day in The Sims, and she turned off aging in the game, so basically grandma would be around forever. And after a while, she kind of was like, this is not really helping me cope. Like, it did at first, but now after a couple years or whatever it was, she's like, I'm not really coping with the loss.
Right.
So she turned aging back on and basically went through the death, I'm air quoting, the death of her grandma again.
Wow.
But when she went through it this time, it was easier for her to deal with, essentially,
Yeah.
And I was like, on one hand, that's awesome. On the other hand, that's always that fine line with us as humans is we have to be careful it doesn't become, like Henno and I have talked about this on The Crazy Life, how a lot of times it's really easy for a strength to become a weakness or a liability, if you will.
Right.
And I think that's the thing is like on the surface, you're like, oh man, this is awesome. But then in practicality, it can easily kind of slide to the other side of that going, oh, okay, like, hey, all this woman is doing now is spending time with her VR kid. And it's understandable, but at the same time, it's like, you've got to live. Like you can't do this.
Yeah,
like this isn't healthy. Right. Yeah. So, come back to what's his name? Oh shit, the Jeff Goldblum line with the
this one.
Goddamn rich cunt.
No.
Oh,
the one about scientists, worrying about whether or not they can do something, when they should be thinking, should we or whatever it is.
Should I have?
But across the board, I think the ups to this outweigh the downs on it, but. Still weird though. I mean, it was hard I'm not a father or anything, but watching that, it's hard not to be emotional kind of watching that reconnection,
Yeah, for sure, right?
Because that's got to be awesome for them. I mean, or
it's got to be awesome and
heartbreaking
at the same time.
Yeah, I was just going to say, because my mom lost a kid to SIDS, and, she'd give, I'm sure, anything to be able to hold her again, And if this gave somebody that ability, like I said, on one hand, it's like, man, that's a gift you never thought you'd be able to give somebody, But on the other hand, like I said, it's like, you just have to make sure it doesn't become like an obsession or even that it doesn't like trigger old feelings and stuff that, are bad, like you don't want to relive that necessarily.
yeah, for sure. Right.
So, yeah. So, because with SIDS,
me, when I first was looking at VR, I was thinking like, sweet, I can swing swords and run people through on this game that I keep watching videos of online. But now it's like, oh yeah, there's all this all those ways that it can possibly help people heal.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
But you could totally see that turning into an episode of Black Mirror just as easily.
Oh God, yeah. What was that? What was that fucking Bruce Willis movie when everyone lived in VR?
Oh shit! God, what movie was that?
You know what I'm talking about. And then he finally broke out of it or whatever. And
man, I don't remember.
And I don't mean The Matrix, y'all.
Yeah, because I don't remember Bruce Willis in The Matrix. Way different movie then. Shit, I can't think of the name of it. And again, this is one of those where somebody listening is probably yelling it at us right now. Anyway, we both know what we're talking about. Yeah,
exactly. So let's move on from this.
Yeah,
and such.
Word.
Yeah. What are we at? The musical portion of our show, Brian?
Oh, that's what you got, huh?
That's what I got.
All right.
That's what I got.
Let me double check here. Oh, since we were talking about spicy waters a little bit ago, I forgot. I was going to bring this up.
Spiciest of waters.
I tried that company Bubbly, which is owned by Pepsi, but that makes the sparkling waters.
Yeah, sparklings.
They have a watermelon one out now.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, all right, I see you, because I dig watermelon. But my biggest fear was
of the watermelon.
Yeah, my biggest fear was like, please don't taste like fake watermelon. Because I hate how like some of the watermelon like candy and gum have tasted over the years. It's just a weird taste.
I get you.
So crack a can of it open, and it's weird because when you first this is my taste, of course. When I first was drinking it, I'm like, it's so carbonated that. It's weird because it's like I almost think that like my palate was being almost like it was being assaulted by the carbonation to where I couldn't really taste anything.
Really?
Like I was like, there's not really any taste to this. As it got a little more flat, I started tasting the watermelon more.
Well, that's interesting.
And like
letting a stout warm up.
Yeah, and it's not like or it's like most of the sparkling waters. It's not like punch you in the face flavor. It's a subtle taste. So I was like, okay, it was weird, like just cracking it open fresh out of the fridge. And I'm like, man, there's no taste to this really. I was like, I just taste like almost like I'm drinking a plain one. And then, like I said, as it got a little more flat, then I started picking up more of the flavor. So, and it's all right. It's not great, and honestly, for the price, I probably won't get it because those cost more, and again, the old blackberry citrus from the K. Roger knocks it out of the park, man.
Blackberry citrus, baby.
It's they crushing it. Although I do need to find another flavor or two because, drinking the same one all the time gets a little
you're
old.
gonna burn out on that shit.
Yeah, but anyway, real quick update there. Not that anyone probably really cares, but
we'll be all right though.
Cheeto Bandito sent a message saying that he was able to score himself a couple Cosmic Crisps.
Oh, really?
The old apples I talked about. And see, I understand this. He said it says scored a couple Cosmic Crisp apples at the local K. Roger. It says, I gotta say, it's really good apple, although just a little on the sweet side, which I can understand. Said that's not necessarily a bad thing. I just prefer the tart sweetness of the Sweet Tango. And, after having a couple more of the Cosmic Crisps and then going back to the Sweet Tangos, I might agree with him. I actually think I might like the Sweet Tangos a little bit better.
Still a Sweet Tango guy. Eh?
Yeah. But then, he says, thanks for getting the word out. He would have never looked for him. And it's like, I've gotten to where I do that now. When I go in the grocery store, the first thing I do, because the produce is right by the door, is I'll go over to the apples and I'll look like, is there something I haven't had yet? And I'll grab a couple.
At my local food town, like a couple weeks ago, I went and they had apples called green dragon apples, and I'm like, dragon apples,
right?
I'm in.
Just like an old man, right?
And I haven't had them since.
Oh, that's those jerks. All right, I'll have to look for those. I haven't had those, so.
They were fucking good, and I was like, I went back to get more, and I was like, what?
Like, oh. Damn it, man. Did you hear what I said when you said Draggin apples?
Sorry. I was too busy fucking yelling over you.
I said Draggin apples just like an old man.
Yeah. Hi-yo. Just like the Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah.
Dives through ropes and catches his ball back.
Oh, man. Oh, that'd be horrible. Yeah, you don't want the old reverse grappling hook for sure.
Oh, hell no.
Now I'm picturing, do you remember that comic with the dude who used to throw his balls?
Oh, yeah. It's tight. His name was Blue Balls, Brian.
Oh, shit. Man, that takes me back.
I don't remember what indie comic that was, but I do remember that particular panel.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Woo. All right. I thought I had something else. Oh, I have a shut up and take my money.
Oh, shit. Oops, missed.
Shut up and take my money.
I don't know if you saw it earlier or not, but I posted in our group that a preview picture came out today. That we're finally getting a Johnny Bravo pop.
Yeah, I did see that, and that is amazing.
Very definitely, and the best part is I hope it's a common, because on the box there's a little silver sticker on it, and usually those are like store exclusives. So,
oh boy.
And well, most of the store exclusives now have gotten fairly easy to get. They're not like they were to where, you just can't get them. So I'm hoping if it is a store exclusive, it's someplace I can get one, because that's definitely on my short list of ones I've been wanting for a long time.
I mean, Johnny Bravo. I mean, it's
hoo-ha-ha.
Fucking Johnny Bravo.
Right. Hey, pretty mama. I was saying in our group that I really wish they would have like a variant one where he's dancing.
Oh, right. Yeah. I'd like to see a variant one when he's in his karate gear.
Oh, I didn't think about his karate gear. Yeah, that'd be awesome too. Yeah.
He's sick.
Yeah. All right. So
good old Johnny Bravo.
So there you go. That's my shut up and take my money for this week.
Good enough for me, man.
Shut up and take my money.
Yeah, I guess now we're down to the musics, Pat.
Well, I have to revise our last week's one.
Okay.
Because we failed one of our friends and one of our listeners, Brian.
Damn it. Yeah.
He, of course, our buddy, Big Dev, suggested for the soundtrack one, the song by the Beards, titled "If Your Dad Doesn't Have a Beard."
Right.
Which, I mean, if you look at the lyrics, it says, your dad taught you how and look at you now, because if your dad doesn't have a beard, you've got two mums. Which is fantastic.
Wow, yeah.
And it is available on Spotify, so you better bet your ass is getting added to our playlist.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It better be.
It better be. And, Brian, because I failed you last week, I have the soundtrack song for you.
Okay.
I was racking my brain trying to think of, what song do I think of that every time I hear it, I think Brian.
Sad trombone.
And you know what it is?
Oh.
Oh, where is it? No, I need it right now. And I can't. There it is. That's hilarious.
There it is. Every time I enter a room, it's like the Debbie Downer sketch on Saturday Night Live. Oh,
that's hilarious.
What song?
No, the song is, and you're going to totally get it when I tell you.
Okay.
Eat the Rich by Aerosmith.
Really?
Because that was the first CD you ever had.
Very true.
We played the shit out of that.
That is true, because we didn't have a lot of choice. We didn't have many CDs between us at that point.
So anytime I hear that song, which it still comes up on my Spotify, I immediately flash back to us sitting in your room playing like Nintendo,
right,
with Aerosmith just on a constant loop.
Right. Yeah. Because it was after I had won that contest through Pepsi. I bought a boombox and that CD, because I was like, well, I got to get a CD because I got this. That was the first CD player, or no, it wasn't. I had a portable one, but that was the first boombox I had. So, yeah. I remember I had the dual tape deck and the CD player on it.
Yeah.
And then it mysteriously disappeared when I moved.
Really?
Yeah.
That's some bullshit.
We had it in the house because when we were painting, we were playing playing the radio. And
yeah.
Yep. As we were moving stuff, the one day we got the last of it, and I looked at Jen, and I'm like, you see my radio? And she's like, no. And I was like, so I asked my siblings who are also there, and they were all like, no. Like, nobody knows what happened to it. It just disappeared.
That seems suspect.
Yeah. The only thing I can think of is it might have been there when the realtor was coming in to show the house. And I don't know. Maybe she took it, moved it. I don't know what, but it was gone. And like nobody broke into the house. The house was all tight, locked up and everything. And we were still going there like every day. And then one day I went over there and we're like, where's the radio? It's just gone.
That seems weird.
So like I said, I don't know. So the only thing, like I said, unless the realtor or somebody like that did something with it. Cause I asked, my grandma too, cause she was in there with the realtor the one day, but then you know how it is. The realtors have keys when you're not. So I don't know if it was them or somebody else might have thiefed it while taking a tour. I have no idea. It just poof, gone. So
that's fucking weird, man.
Not that at this point I really care, other than I'm just like, what the fuck happened to it?
Well, it's funny because I was actually just looking for boom boxes before I bought my Bluetooth speaker for work because I'm like, I want something loud.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if it has an audio input, I don't care. And I was like, man, I was flashing back to the boombox I had.
Right.
Then I got rid of. I'm like, God, I wish I still had that because that thing was loud.
Yeah.
And because where I work, I'm surrounded by noise. I need that.
Oh, so right.
The one I have now is, it's Bluetooth, so I just take it with me if I'm like we're moving around the plant and shit. But
up on your shoulder and stuff, right? No.
I thought about it just as for a goof.
Yeah, doesn't quite work the same as having the boombox up there, but that's all right. So yeah, that was that's my really
that's
weird story.
Anytime I hear that song, that's immediately where my brain goes. Is us hanging out in your room.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's gotta be the Brian soundtrack sound.
I like it, because that would certainly be like, if we were making like soundtracks from like our Ute, that was something from that album would have to be on there. Cause like you said, we did listen to that like crazy.
Just constant loop.
Which is also an Aerosmith song, by the way. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, exactly. That's really what it was too, is it was just, it had a radio on it, so I used to listen to that a lot. But yeah, it was, oof. Back in the day.
Right.
All right.
Back in the day.
All right. So, I was trying to think. I think I had something from Cheeto here for last week's.
Well,
also.
I got face page pulled up.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah. Get after it.
Speaking of Big Dev, our song question last week.
Oh, hold on. Time out. Because going back to that that question. Cheeto picked one that he picked the one song that he identifies with, which was "Tie My Pecker to My Leg" by Mojo Nixon. And
that is in Spotify. Perfect.
And his Hobie pick is "Space Lord" by Monster Magnet. Monster Magnet. Yeah. I'm sure you remember that.
Fuck yeah.
From our Utes. Speaking of songs from our Utes.
Yeah, really. So, our question last week was, if you were hanging out with Bob Marley, what song would you play?
Yeah.
Man, Dev went hard in the paint.
Yeah?
He hobied it to a next level.
Oh, boy.
He says his overly obvious songs like Legalize It by Peter Tosh or Marijuana by Kid Cudi would be low-hanging fruit.
Right.
He might go Every Day by ASAP Rocky or Go by Common.
Okay.
So I don't know if I should go if his mic goes or if I go all four.
You go all four because if he's going to go that hard in the paint, I think you gotta respect his game there, even if he. Well,
especially because we fucked him last week.
Yeah, right. And you didn't say his response.
Also that.
Right. That'd be a weird wobbly H. Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. We should just we'll add all the dev picks.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Which man, I am really enjoying this playlist we're getting together here.
Yeah.
Because it is...
Weird. Yeah.
It's weird. That's why I love it.
Yeah. So that's the move here, right? Like, you get all your friends together, you play this game, you make a playlist of all the songs named that time, and then the next time you get together to play, you just play that playlist while you're playing the game.
You're right, exactly. So our pal Phil.
Yeah.
Good old Phil, and his
from
Super Bowl.
Kansas City, Kansas. Yeah.
Fucking football team there doing their thing. I don't know if the city's still on fire. I have no idea.
I don't think they set the city on fire. I think they were pretty civil about
They're
it.
clearly celebrating around them.
Correct.
He picked Hippies and Cowboys by Cody Jinks, which I'm not familiar with this song.
Okay.
By the name Cody Jinks, I'm assuming it's country. I could be wrong.
That sounds like a country thing. But
right?
I don't know. Yeah.
And then the glistening one himself, Neil from Daft Pod.
Yeah.
Living on a Prayer.
Okay. That's fair.
Not surprised, because he's a Bon Jovi fan.
Yeah.
If he answers this every week, it'll probably be a different Bon Jovi song.
That would be funny. That's just his gimmick, especially after we get way into it. It's like, okay, I mean, Bon Jovi's got a lot of songs, of course, but,
Of course.
Still be fun to
But
get
that's what we had on Face page. And
All
I
right.
had nothing on the Instagrams.
All right.
What's up with that, people? What's up with that?
They're too busy just clicking like and scrolling past it. That's what.
Yeah, you right.
Yeah.
You right.
Just funny, Which, maybe what we need to do is, for the Instagram one, you gotta, put, you gotta hold up some product and casually have the card with the question on it, held up also.
Maybe.
That way you can be an influencer also,
Yeah, right.
Yeah. A picture you shotgunning a seltzer, but also holding the card up from the game.
Yeah. That's the funniest thing about these quote-unquote influencers, especially the ones for my All the Beers podcast.
Yeah.
Because it's mostly half-naked women holding beers and drinking them.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one that... there was one picture she took, and I was like, oh yeah, she's kind of hot. She's in the bathtub.
Yeah.
And they're getting more and more risque as it's gone on. I'm like, oh, well, she clearly sees where her likes are coming from.
Right. Hey, whatever works for you. I ain't mad at you.
Whatever works for you. Exactly.
Yep.
Titties and beer.
Yep. Well, now you know the path you have to take, Tony. You have to start,
I know.
Have to start doing bath shots.
These titties.
Yeah. Have to start doing some bath shots with the beers.
That actually would be hilarious.
I mean, you could just,
I could. I need to get a roaring bubble bath going. The problem is my bathtub. I'm too big for it.
Now,
I'm a big boy.
I disagree. I think that makes it even better.
Have my knees sticking out and shit.
Yeah. To where it looks like you're horribly uncomfortable in the bathtub. Yeah. But also casually enjoying the pint.
Get a towel turban rolling.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Oh, no. Shower cap. For sure, a shower cap.
Yeah.
Because of being bald. The shower cap is the move. You got to make sure you also have a rubber ducky in the tub, too.
Well, of course. Yeah.
Because why not?
Why not?
Right. Well, Fluffy Bunny Ash says, she says this week she's going left field. She says, I'm sure Bob would get sick of mellow songs and songs about weed. He was a fully rounded human. He had more moods than stoned and chilled out. So I'm bringing Hybrid Stigmata by, I don't even know how to say this, Dimmu Borgir?
Oh boy, a little Dimmu.
You know who that is?
Yeah.
Okay, I
do know
not.
who Dimmu is.
I don't, so, yeah.
That's some nice metal there.
Okay.
All right. That has been added.
Oh, I guess if I keep reading, I would fucking find out because it says a little Norwegian black metal.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
God damn it, Brian.
It says get the energy up a bit because fuck the stoner stereotypes. LOL.
Oh, good pick.
Yeah.
About time we got some new metal on our playlist here.
Yeah. Some metal up your ass.
Yeah, that's right. Wait.
That's Metallica. Yeah. Sure. Oh, and Cheeto Bandito says for the song for Bob Marley, says Turtles All the Way Down by Sturgill Simpson.
Oh, I'm actually familiar, with that song.
All right.
Sturgill's kind of one of those oddball country acts that I kind of dig.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he says, Hobie pick, Hits from the Bong by Cypress Hill.
Oh, fuck yeah. Anything Cypress Hill I'm down for.
Yeah, because we already stole I Want to Get High. So
yeah.
Or you stole,
right.
I'm sorry. I forgot.
Perfect.
I said, Then I Get High. Yeah, looking real quick. Yeah, that's all I see for those. So if by chance I missed your whatever on Twitter, sorry, but I didn't see it. So just let me know if I did miss. We can read it next time. So this week, our prompt from the Game That Song game, which there's links in our show notes if you want to go purchase this yourself. This one is a song to play that mentions moms or mothers.
Well, I mean, immediately my brain goes Danzig.
Yeah, right.
But Brian,
yeah.
I'm gonna go Mom, I'm Coming Home, Ozzy Osbourne.
All right. I can dig that.
Yeah.
Side note, there's a Broken Record episode where Rick Rubin talks with Ozzy. I can't believe how good Ozzy's memory was in that interview.
Really?
Like, he's pulling shit from, like, the 60s. Like, specific stuff from different concerts and whatnot. I was like, wow, you wouldn't think after all the booze and pills he's done that he would remember anything.
I mean, I guess, it's just an Ozzy stereotype, apparently.
Yep. It was a little tough to listen to because, Ozzy. Yeah, But it was an interesting listen. I enjoyed it. Man, what would I pick here? Because my first one, obviously, is Mother by Danzig, because how could it not be?
Right.
Well, it's a song that mentions moms or mothers, so Cleaning Out My Closet by Eminem.
Oh, very nice.
Even though it doesn't say moms or mothers, he says mama, but
yeah,
whatever.
I mean, I kind of want to Hobie this with one more, too.
Go for it.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, yeah, I'll allow it. Good.
Because, Mama just killed a man. I mean,
I've heard, yeah.
Yeah.
Sucks to be that
What are
guy.
you going to do?
I don't know.
I urge people to follow the Salty Language Podcast, hashtag SQ of the W playlist on Spotify. Be like Cheeto.
Yeah.
Be a follower of this insanity that we're putting together every week.
Yeah, right.
Which I occasionally throw on when I'm like doing stuff around the house because it is a good mix of jams.
Yeah.
Every once in a while something goofy comes in there and I'm like, I haven't heard this song before.
Right. Now that I got my Spotify account back, I'll probably give it a listen. So,
but and please answer the SQ and the W as well to help us build the playlist.
Yeah, or be a jerk, whatever.
Or that. There's always that option to be a turd.
Oh man. All right. Well, I guess, as usual, with that, we'll say head over to saltylanguage.com and check out all the links. You can check out past episodes that we've done, the enthusiasts that we've done. You can find links to the networks we're part of, like the Tangibound Network and...
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
Entertainment. So go check out those networks and probably find some other stuffs that you dig. Can't think. Yeah, all the links are in the show notes, are also on the website too. So, whatever you need there. If you want to contact the show, you can hit us up on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me at Stunami.
You can find me at Monotony. And we're also Salty Language on Instagram. Salty Language Pod. I can never remember.
Salty Language on...
I hate having multiple...
I know. Salty Language on Instagram, Salty Language Pod on YouTube.
On Twitter and YouTube.
Yeah.
And then it's Salty Language on the face page
we
as
could
well.
change it if it makes it easier for you. We could change the Instagram.
Nah, I'll just keep saying, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, guys.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, yeah, go check out those things. We post the links to the, episodes and stuff on all that. Whatnot. So, yeah, there you go. I guess. Am I forgetting something?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right. Well, whatever. I guess with that, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Fucking stay salty, y'all.
And keep dragging apples.
Or not. Really...
That sounds terrible, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to drag these apples across your face. Why would anyone do that?
Right. It's like, the movies, like when they put the, like when you put something in a socket, you're going to beat it, like for a soap party or something,
Yeah.
Like that's what it looks like behind you.
Gonna come at you with my apple bag.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Johnny Appleseed's a whole different thing now. Shit.
Yikes.
Yikes. Yikes is right.